Hello, this is Nas from NB Lessons. I want to teach you how to score high on your college entrance exams. It could be a SAT exam, it could be ACT, or any college entrance exam. I want you to achieve the highest score. And my aim over here in this lecture is to show you some tricks in order to achieve high score on SAT exams. So SAT exam ranges from 400 to 1600. All right. And your aim should be to be close to 1600 as much as you can. Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think in SAT exam, intelligence is more important or speed is more important? What do you think? In my opinion, speed is more important. Okay. Because if you don't have speed, you're going to miss a lot of problems. So, how do you attain speed? How do you achieve speed? You achieve speed by practicing. You practice, practice, practice. I'll give you my example. In late 1980s and early 1990s, I was going to University of South Alabama, and we had to present our projects in front of class, in front of professors, in a big auditorium. So obviously, I would get nervous. I would have anxiety, walking into that auditorium in front of so many people. So the way I tackled was I practiced in front of the mirror. In my apartment, I had a big mirror. I used to stand in front of it and practice my presentation, go over the slides. And I used to do that at least 10 to 20 times. And believe me, that helped. So when I used to walk into auditorium, I was full of confidence and I was able to present myself in an effective way. And I did get A's in all of my projects. Coming back to SAT, like I said, speed matters. And how do you achieve speed? Speed is achieved through practice. Now, let me show you some tricks. And I need you to listen to this carefully. These are the tricks which will tremendously help you achieving high score in SAT exams. In SAT exam, you have easy problems, you have medium problems, and you have difficult or hard problems. So how do you tackle them? What you have to do is you have to identify, classify these problems in your mind, and then proceed forward. So let's say you're going through your SAT exam and you come across easy problem, okay? Give it like maybe 2 seconds. If it's an easy problem, you're confident that you know the answer, solve it and move on to the next problem. Now, a lot of students, when they see an easy problem, they have tendency to skip it and say, oh, you know what? This is easy. Let me tackle medium and difficult problems, and then I'll come back. Don't do that. If you come across an easy problem, solve it and then move on to the next problem. If you come across a medium problem, look at it, give it 3 to 4 seconds. If you feel like you're confident that within 3 to 4 seconds you can solve it, move on to the next one. If you come across a difficult problem, a hard problem, think about it, take a look at it. But if within 5 seconds you feel like you don't have the answer, move on to the next one. This is basically helping you speed up. Okay. Your intelligence is there. I'm not doubting that, intelligence is needed, but speed is more needed in this particular case. So um, I'll give you an example, another example. When I was playing chess in beginning, I was always losing to other players. But I practiced, okay? Learned the moves. The only way you can learn the moves is by practice. So I did practice a lot and I got better, okay? I got better. So my aim over here is for you to get better while you're taking the SAT exam. So we went over easy problems, medium problems, difficult problems. So these are the rules which you have to follow, the one which I presented myself, just gave you a few minutes ago. Now, another thing is that, basically what I've seen is that a lot of students have anxiety problems. When they walk into an exam room, they would be nervous, they would have anxiety. So how do you tackle anxiety? How you tackle nervousness? For example, if you are walking into a new country, you've never been there, okay? You don't know what the system is over there. So once you go into that country, you would feel nervous. You will have anxiety, okay? But if you've already seen that country 3 or 4 times, when you walk in there, you will not have anxiety. So point over here is that if your brain knows, it can predict that, oh yeah, I know, I can predict this, you will not have nervousness, you will not have anxiety. So you have to train your mind. You have to train your neurons. Neurons in your brain are basically the key factor in popping up your brain and making your thinking sharp. Okay. So once you practice a lot, you are basically sort of like reigniting your neurons. Okay. Once your once your neurons in your brain are active, okay, and they're talking to each other, you will not get nervous. I promise you that. And the way you achieve it is through practice, practice, practice. So I can't stress enough that you have to practice a lot, look at the problem, classify the problems, basically identify them as easy problems, medium problems, hard problems. Tackle easy problems first, then move on to medium, and then move on to hard problems. So you have to train your mind for that. Now, as far as the scoring is concerned, there is a bell curve. Let me share my screen and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so let's see. This is the bell curve. As you can see right here, this is bell curve. And in this bell curve, what you can see is that you have this section right here, which is 2%. So that is between score of 400 and 590. Then 14% is 590 to 800. And then 68% score is going to be from 800 to 1220. So 68% of the students fall in this category. Your aim should be at least be in this 14%. So your score should be 1220 to 1430. Most of the college, you will be like in 84th to 98th percentile, and most colleges will accept you. Higher the better. Okay. So I just kind of wanted to share with you this bell curve. I will see you more in my upcoming lessons where I will actually solve the problems on whiteboard. And I'm sure that, these problems will definitely help you. Everything's going to be solved on whiteboard. I don't like to present or solve problems on Zoom or any computer platform. I like to do it on whiteboard. I just enjoy it and I feel like it's more effective. So stay tuned. I'll be coming back and we'll have fun. And like I said, my aim is to make you score high on your college entrance exam. And I will talk to you later. Till then, goodbye.